What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. It is May 7th. It is a Thursday, and we're going to talk about some Star Wars news that's come out over the past couple of days. It's been a pretty interesting roller coaster of news when it comes to Star Wars because we had the Taika Waititi announcement, then we had that Stormtrooper madness in Canada, and then, of course, the Leslie Hedlund news. That was kind of the big train wreck that happened recently. There's been a few more things that I want to go over, so let's get into all of the developments that have come out over the past couple of days. The first one that caught my eye, and this is some good news, at least in my opinion, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, EA confirms more installments are coming. I think this is good news. I got to say, next to The Mandalorian, this was probably the other good Star Wars property that we got last year. I thought this game was excellent. Some people might disagree with me. I liked it. So I'm looking forward to a sequel. Hopefully it's good. It was nice to have a good, strong, single-player game again. A lot of people like Battlefront. Battlefront 2 did get a little bit better, but this is more of what I want to play. I want to play a good single-player game, and I enjoyed it. So I thought I would start off there with something good because it doesn't get better from here. So if you remember the other day, we talked about how Luke Skywalker is no longer the major reason that the first Death Star blew up. It was really Jyn Erso that did the work there. Luke, he just fired the last shot. It's really Jyn. She's the real champion. She's really the one that did it. Luke's kind of a nobody. One thing that I've noticed ever since Lucasfilm has taken over is they've kind of demeaned Luke Skywalker, made him a little irrelevant, slapped him around. They've kind of just been undoing him little by little. And a lot of people say, well, there's just these little things. And that was just that book. Not a big deal. But then you go and you look at stuff like this. So this is from Ichibaka, who found this. So we got a picture of a 1,000-piece puzzle. All right, pretty big puzzle. I want you to take a look at the characters. Of course, we got Princess Leia front and center. She's, of course, the star. She's whamming. So, of course, she's going to go front and center, right? But who's missing? Who's missing on this? And this is, of course, going after A New Hope. Got to reference all the stuff on there. Got Obi-Wan, Chewbacca, Leia, Han, Jawas, Stormtroopers. We even got Tarkin. Got room for his medals there on his shirt. All right. Got to let you know what rank he is. But where's Luke? You've even got the picture of the guy that tried to shoot Han Solo, but you can't put Luke Skywalker anywhere on the box. He's not on it at all. He's not on it at all. I mean, couldn't you have put him behind everybody at least, or something? I mean, isn't that? Come on, this is funny. Cancel Luke Skywalker. Hashtag cancel Luke Skywalker. So, I mean, it just all adds up. You see it all the time now. It's everywhere. They want to make him irrelevant. He's not really a big deal. I don't know why they do this stuff. It's just strange to me. And this is one of the reasons why people don't like Lucasfilm. I'm sorry, but he was kind of an important character, and destroying him like you've been doing, it has backlash. And it's one of the reasons that Star Wars is just not that profitable anymore. And it's going to continue to be this way until you change ship. I don't know what's going on with them. I thought this was really funny. So next up is, this one I almost did a whole video on, but I missed it, but I wanted to touch on it. So the actor who plays Darth Maul in the Clone Wars was live streaming playing Battlefront 2. And he took some shots at Rian Johnson, which I found pretty humorous because Rian Johnson is a clown who, I mean, this face right here, this is the man that shattered the Star Wars fandom. Think about all that goodwill they had in Force Awakens. You know, you had people hyped. You know, a lot of people went back and said, okay, it was kind of a rehash of A New Hope. But, you know, we're optimistic. You're bringing back old faces. Luke's back at the end. We're kind of excited. And then Rian Johnson came in. And he shattered the fandom in half. I don't think it'll ever recover from Last Jedi. I don't think it ever will. I mean, the whole reason that Rise of Skywalker was such a mess is because they were trying to fix all of the mistakes from this film. So one good thing that came out of like the Taika Waititi announcement is that Rian Johnson's trilogy had no announcement. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't even know if it's going to happen anymore, but this was funny. So this is the man right here. He does the voice of Darth Maul in Rebels and the Clone Wars. Probably in the video games too, maybe. I'm not 100% certain on that. But Darth Maul voice actor Sam Witwer has criticized Star Wars The Last Jedi as a movie made by a guy who didn't quite do his homework. Doing a live stream on a gaming platform, Twitch, Witwer said that they were compelling ideas in the controversial 2017 movie, but that those ideas just didn't fit into Star Wars. He's voiced Maul for many years in the animated series Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebel, and then doing the role again in a brief cameo for Solo, a Star Wars story. Last Jedi to me felt like a movie made by a guy who didn't quite do his homework, he said. He added, "You can't reinvent Star Wars without knowing Star Wars first," and he didn't, for me, make a compelling argument for why Luke wouldn't go and help his sister. We're also questioned why Luke was happy to trash talk Kylo Ren during their final confrontation when he was in hiding due to his guilt over the fact he almost killed Ren years earlier. He added, "I don't think he did his Star Wars homework. I'm talking like the themes, what it's about, what the characters are about. But as a standalone film, if I don't know what the Jedi are or who Luke is or what he represents, I think there's some compelling things in there. If that's meaningful to you, that's awesome." So I like this. I wonder if he's going to get any trouble because, well, Kathleen Kennedy loves her foot warmer, and, you know, she'll do anything for old Roundhead. So we'll see what happens, but I thought that was pretty funny nonetheless. So, of course, the other big news is that Star Wars Day did confirm the Leslie Hedlund series. So this is the official Star Wars account, 4 million followers. And they did confirm it. They put out the info, and then Geeks and Gamers Jeremy Prime here, D-Day Cobra, says, "Congratulations to Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. Such a brave hire." Thought that was pretty funny. But apparently this is causing a civil war over at Lucasfilm, which is kind of funny. I don't think anybody is going to take Kathleen Kennedy out. You can't even get the CEO of Disney to crack down on her. Okay, so I don't think she's going anywhere, in my personal opinion, and I wouldn't be surprised if she decides to come out and announce that Rian Johnson trilogy when Star Wars Celebration happens, if that convention even happens. I mean, we'll see what happens, but according to this, a new rumor details there is an internal struggle happening at Lucasfilm over control of Star Wars and the franchise's creative direction. The rumor comes from WDW Pro on the WDW Magic forums. In the post titled "What to Watch Going into the Earnings Report" dated Monday, May 4th, WDW Pro primarily discusses the Disney parks and ideas that Disney has been tossing around on why they might be able to reopen amidst the ongoing problem. However, he also details an internal power struggle over the control of Star Wars at Lucasfilm. Apparently, the ongoing battle over Lucasfilm's direction continues with Kathleen Kennedy and Jon Favreau factions fighting over the studio. It's fairly well known at this point that the beef between Kennedy and Iger is real, given that Iger essentially ignored her in his memoirs. They continue, it's also hard to lose sight on how many projects Kennedy has seen fail at Lucasfilm. Star Wars Resistance, Star Wars Forces of Destiny, Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures, Solo, and the sequel trilogy falling in revenues with each release. While Favreau seemingly struck it out of the park with The Mandalorian, a series for Disney Plus that even Iger was giving creative suggestions for and taking notes on each episode. The Pro elaborated, buried in the lead of Waititi directing a new Star Wars film, which Kennedy has no creative control over, was confirmation of the female-centric Star Wars series being helmed by former Weinstein personal assistant Hedlund. It's then detailed that Lucasfilm is taking a page out of the Ghostbusters 2016 and Charlie's Angels playbook, and anyone who criticizes their direction with the show will be deemed a misogynist. They explain, "Be ready because it looks almost certain that a new narrative is being pushed by Kennedy loyalists in Lucasfilm, and that narrative is that Hedlund was only a personal assistant for 1 year, and that being against her or her series is misogynistic, mean, and unfair." It's also noted Disney at large doesn't want this conflict. Again, this is a conflict that Disney doesn't want. They don't want conflict over a hire that lavishly praised Weinstein, deleted hundreds of tweets at the same time as the leak about her project, and made no dirt on Iger and Eisner. So that's some big news. He also believes there is a storm brewing at Lucasfilm. They do not indicate what Kennedy is well positioned. They do indicate that Kennedy is well positioned to outlast it, as she has done time and time again. With all that said, Kennedy has essentially gotten her way time after time, outplaying Iger, even as she has been hammered by segments of the fan, mostly by hiring and developing strong loyalty within her brand. I think some of that is largely true because she's a power-hungry woman, and she's cutthroat. She's been in Hollywood for a long time. I'm sure she knows the game very, very well, which is why she's got so much power and the ability to do pretty much whatever the hell she wants with their billion-dollar franchise. She's been able to do it over and over again. She's ran the series into the ground, and like I've said before, I mean, she's pretty much ran the Titanic through the iceberg and still been running it. She didn't get a hole in it. So I don't think she's going anywhere anytime soon, to be honest. And I almost expect her to have her contract re-upped this year for another 2 years. I think they're going to just re-up her for 2 years, every 2 years or something, and that's it. We'll see what happens, but I don't think she's going anywhere, and that sucks, but it is what it is. Speaking of The Mandalorian, by the way, this is coming from Tom over at Midnight's Edge After Dark. Posted a picture of the Black Series, The Mandalorian, the child, and look at this compared to his hands. And these are expensive figures. That's probably like $20 right there. Look at the size of that thing. And even got his little frog there. Cute, but $20? It looks like a McDonald's toy. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny. Real quick, before we end the video, I wanted to do a correction. So, New Mutants made available for pre-order on Amazon Video, but quickly taken down. So I guess, a few days ago, I did a video talking about the New Mutants and the New Warriors, because they keep delaying that stupid comic book. I don't think it's ever going to come out at this point. It's already like we're in the late July on releases, and it's still not noted yet. That book's finished, by the way. But anyway, they put New Mutants up for pre-order on Amazon for digital, and they took it down. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe they changed their mind on it. Who knows? But I just wanted to bring that up real quick. So anyway, that's it. Give me your thoughts on this, guys. What do you think? What's going on with Star Wars? What are your opinions? Also, if you would, share the video, throw a like up. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.